Good morning. We're going to talk today a little bit about international etiquette. I am Michelle Stewart. International etiquette itself is a very large, broad subject, so today we're just going to discuss a very small section, what it is, and maybe just a taste of a comparison between the USA and Portugal. So, what it is the conduct or procedure required by good breeding or prescribed by authority to be observed in social or official life. This is from the Merriam-Webster Dictionary online. In other words, it's how we conduct ourselves in certain situations and atmospheres. So how does it affect you, Debbie? Having a knowledge of cultural diversity and differences and understanding intercultural communication can make or break a business deal, keep an unsuspecting tourist out of jail, or just say face at dinner time when you're in a different country, when you're in a different culture, when you're in your country in a different culture. So making sure you know all the dinner rules when you're at somebody else's house. It's just as simple as that. So I chose Portugal because my lineage is Portuguese. So I figured it'd be kind of interesting to learn something about me, or at least my lineage. So the USA versus Portugal, a short comparison. Talking about formalities, the Portuguese are very traditional, they're very conservative, they don't like a whole lot of people being loose. You have to be very formal, I guess is the word I'm looking for. To be very formal upon meeting. It's sometimes misunderstood as extreme politeness. It's not that it's really extreme, it's just how they are in the meeting. In the USA, we're pretty informal. We go with first names. We shake hands with people. We talk before we're supposed to, or before we've been introduced. We do fist bumps, we do all kinds of stuff like that. It's not really accepted in their country. They want very formal introductions before they get to know you. Once they know you and loosen up, then things can change. You always meet them with honorific titles, senor, senora. If they have their degree, then it's doctor or doctora. It has to be honorific, it has to be formal, and the titles, of course, precede their surnames. You never use a first name in Portugal. You can use a first name if they invite you to do so. In the USA, we just go by first names. We're very casual in that respect. We go by first names. It's not uncommon at all. Again, you know, I am Michelle, do the fist bump, whatever, unless otherwise indicated by the person. Dining. Formal in Portugal. Everything's pretty formal in Portugal to start with, anyways. You don't sit at somebody's table until they tell you to sit at their table, because they may have placement for you that they want you to sit at, so you don't just go casually sit. They use continental table manners, meaning the fork is always in the left hand and the knife is always in the right hand while you're eating. The napkin is always on the left side of the table until you're done eating. When you're done eating, you move it to the right side of your plate. And you never put the napkin in your lap. That's, for some reason, considered rude. So, in the USA, pretty much a dinner table is the couch. Yeah. So, you know, we sit around, we have dinners, we have people over, it's a beer and a hamburger, and we hang out on the couch, and then we also use the tables every now and then. A lot of times we can get formal. Situations dictate formalities in the United States. It's nothing, most of it are casual. In business meetings in Portugal, appointments 1 to 2 weeks in advance. They must have appointments. And you must reconfirm those appointments a couple days in advance, 2 to 3 days in advance. You should be punctual. They're not as big on that. If you're 5 minutes late, it's okay. It's not considered really rude, but punctuality is appreciated. And the one big thing about Portuguese in meetings is they do not make decisions in meetings. They bring them later. So you cannot rush the Portuguese in that respect. On the flip side of that, the U.S., we tend to make decisions in meetings. It's completely different. Yep, we're always wanting things right now. Punctuality in the U.S. is very important. It's a sign of rudeness to be late to a meeting, especially if it's an important meeting. And meetings are very formal in the U.S. Business meetings are. So a taste of the diversities that direct the etiquette. You should have a working relationship in the culture you're dealing with. Regardless of where you go, what you do, whether it's in the United States, outside of the United States, you should have a working knowledge of the etiquette of the country or the peoples that you're working with. So make sure before you go you're doing your research and understanding all the diversities of the culture and the etiquette. Thank you.